So you want to make the best competition deck possible. Well, this is the place to start. Over the weekend, we got the link and announcements for all of the winning decks at the recent SCGCONs. If you are in Discord, I will show you where to find them. If you are not in Discord, I will show you how to find them on the website. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And here we go. So as you can see, there's an announcement very recently in Discord. If you click the link where it says available here, it will take you to a page with a link to every single one of the pages for the deck lists. And they break down each of the top 8 decks from Vegas, and then I don't think it's all the top 8 decks from Baltimore and Houston, but it's definitely the top couple, the top 4 from each. Would help if I remember the things that I've already read. Now, if you are not in Discord, the way that you can find this is on the Wonders website. You go to News, and then you click on Blog. Automatically, right now, at the time that I'm filming, the Las Vegas 2025 Stoneseeker Cup top 8 deck lists are the first thing. And it'll scroll through these 3 because they are the 3 most recent articles. But if you want to be able to pick whichever article you want without having to wait for it to scroll, they are the first 3 posts under latest posts here. So that makes it nice and easy for you. Now, you might be saying, but Grace, how does looking at top decks help me build a good deck? Like, how do I know what to do with this? Well, we have everything building from Baltimore and Houston up to Vegas. So if we click on A Tale of Two Cities, that's funny. And it makes sense based on who wrote this. So we have the top 4 for both. And it's not exactly like looking on Cardi.io, but it gives you the list of what's in all these top 4 decks. And then it does the same thing for Houston. One of the things to be aware of as you're looking at these is sometimes they use legal names and sometimes they use Discord names. I'm not gonna dox anyone, but if you pay attention, you'll notice that some of these, I think we all know Capricorn is, I don't think I'm doxing him to say that, we know that Cap is Richie, and like there he's Cap. In here somewhere he is, I think that's Cap. But like I said, they don't all use, they kind of switch. Here it's American Texan. And here's a really good deck, really good video explaining everything. So just be aware of that. If you're like, I have no idea who this is, it may be a legal name. The other thing that's really good about this is that for the decks that have names, it'll be easier for you to find them in Cardi.io if they're public, because you should be able to search Goog's deck and find these. More importantly, overall, for the purpose of this, is looking at how are these decks built? What are the cards being used? Is there anything that's universal across the majority of the decks, or even all the decks? That's really what universal would be. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Caliph in all of these decks. Yep. No Caliph in that one. Caliph here. Caliph here. Don't think there's a Kaylith there. But you're going to see consistently what cards are in all these decks. I believe there's some pretty good organization, and it's going to tell you what types of decks are extremely meta right now and are doing well. Warnoko, I'm not sure exactly how we're supposed to pronounce that, is an extremely powerful card in a lot of decks. So land manipulation is popular right now based on what I'm seeing. As is some of the, some Umbrathine mixtures being mixed in. And so you can look at these and go, okay, this is what people are doing. This is how I think that I can do this. What of this can I use to make the best deck for me? Because a large part of what makes a deck extremely playable and good, maybe not a large part, an important part of what makes a deck good and playable in competition is the pilot. If you don't understand the deck, if you don't like the way the deck plays, if you don't understand the deck, then it's not going to matter whether or not it's a winning deck. So you have to pick something. You don't necessarily have to pick something you like, but you have to pick something that you are capable of playing and playing well. Something that you can pilot, something that you understand is extremely playable for you. For every person, that's going to be a little different. Most people might play Ashen Leaf, but it might not be for everyone. So I highly encourage you to go take a look at these deck lists. And as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and keep being your wonderful selves.